Japanese fighter called Monks. This is a monster.
Crazy.
A fearsome flurry, and he's down.
Some bad motherfuckers, yeah, some killers.
Oh, spinning kick there from Tenshin Nasukawa.
If you blink, it's over. If you stand still, it's worse.
That's it. My goodness!
This isn't skill. This is controlled violence from another level. Japanese are insane, and these knockouts prove it. In his debut fight, the monster was relatively unknown when he went up against Omayao from the Philippines. As soon as the bell rang, Inoue put the pressure on Omayao and cut out his oxygen. He was detonating one missile after another, straight to Omayao's weak body. The body punches were making Omayao throw up, and that's when the monster knew he caught his prey. In the fourth round, Inoue launched a bazooka that punched a hole in Omayao, and he lay flat on the floor. In 2019, Tenshin Nasukawa stepped into the ring with the confident Filipino Fritz Biagtan, a man hyped up like he was about to bring a typhoon to Tokyo. Even Manny Pacquiao showed up ringside, probably expecting to see his countrymen make history. But the second that bell rang, Biagtan looked less like a fighter and more like a wind-up toy that lost its batteries mid-dance. The so-called powerful Filipino started moving like he was trying to dodge mosquitoes, not kicks coming in at Mach speed. In under a minute, Tenshin erased the guy's confidence, footwork, and probably half his memory. Even Pacquiao's smile faded, like he'd just watched someone erase the Philippines' Wi-Fi connection. On October 7th, 2018, the World Boxing Super Series officially began, and Naoya Inoue immediately tried to end it in under 2 minutes. In 2016, Japanese prodigy Tenshin Nasukawa faced Thai fighter Wanchalong Senchaijan. Nasukawa, as befits a descendant of samurai, treated his older opponent with respect. But as soon as the fight began, instead of touching gloves, Wanchalong committed a truly rat-like act.
Gloves, barely, absolutely everything. This boy is in the mitt. So fast with those kicks. Wanchalong firing back, but eating blow after blow here. Combination upon combination. Tenshin Nasukawa teeing off on Wanchalong here.
Shocked by such a dirty move, Tenshin decided to teach a lesson to the rascal who had forgotten the meaning of honor. Throughout the entire round, the Japanese fighter turned one Wanchalong into rat meat sushi.
Oh, spinning kick there from Tenshin Nasukawa. Nobody saw that coming. Tenshin Nasukawa.
On May 18th, 2019, Emmanuel Rodriguez walked into the ring holding an IBF belt. Rodriguez was no joke on paper. Unfortunately for him, Naoya Inoue doesn't care about composure.
Inoue from Japan in the spot. Rodriguez started coming forward. And his gumshoe and came back with a flurry of his own. Toe-to-toe action first round.
By the end of the round, Inoue had figured him out. And once Inoue figures you out, the clock starts ticking.
Oh, big shot. A fearsome flurry. And he's down. He's got him with the left corner right above us. He'll dust down. He's ready to go again, is Rodriguez. Here comes Inoue. Oh, he's got into the body. Inoue is waiting. 2 minutes to go, Jam. Oh, this is unbelievable for Inoue. Third time he's gone down. Another count. It's over. Michael Alexander waves it off in the second.
Francesco strutted into the ring like he'd just main charactered his own highlight reel, bouncing around, grinning, dripping with the kind of confidence only someone who hasn't met reality yet can have. But the moment the bell rang, Tenshin Nasukawa decided to introduce him to it personally. In less time than it takes to blink twice, Tenshin sliced through the theatrics with surgical precision. Francesco was still trying to set up his fancy footwork when a flash of Japanese lightning found his chin. It was over before the popcorn cooled. Another overconfident showboat turned into a still-life portrait, courtesy of the Prodigy from Japan. Yoan Boyo flew in from France with a solid resume and enough confidence to accept the fight. Unfortunately, none of that mattered once the bell rang at Bunka Gym, because Inoue treats resumes the way he treats body shots. Then came round 3, also known as the body shot seminar. Inoue uncorked a vicious left hook to the body that folded Boyo like a rental chair. In 2017, Tenshin Nasukawa stepped into the ring with a living tank named Rodtang Jitmuangnon, a man so tough he probably eats leg kicks for breakfast. From the first bell, it wasn't a fight. It was a thunderstorm in gloves. Both men came swinging like they'd been promised a lifetime supply of revenge. Rodtang, being Rodtang, started grinning mid-brawl, eating punches like snacks. Taunting Tenshin as if those strikes were part of a free Thai spa package. But Tenshin wasn't there to give massages, he was there to hand out trauma. Still, Rodtang wouldn't fold. The man just kept walking forward, smiling through pain like a man whose Wi-Fi never drops. Every shot Tenshin landed was returned with fire, until both looked less like fighters and more like two ancient spirits settling unfinished business. Then came the extra round, the bonus chapter of violence no one asked for, but everyone needed. the end, Tenshin Nasukawa emerged victorious by unanimous decision, punishing Rodtang for his overconfidence. Inoue's next prey was Tamakun from Thailand. The challenger tried to act like he knew his footwork and started running around in the ring. But he couldn't hide for long. Inoue found an opening and cracked open this dancer like he was a coconut. He got floored instantly and couldn't continue the fight. One of the most arrogant clowns to ever share a ring with Tenshin Nasukawa was Vizanlek Mebukai, a man who apparently thought taunting Japan's golden boy was a good life choice. From the opening bell, Mebukai strutted around smirking like he was starring in his own bad action movie, brushing off Tenshin's punches as if they were mosquito kisses on a summer night. But then the Thai showboat decided to get dirty, literally, throwing a cheap shot straight below the belt. That was it. The switch flipped. Tenshin went from calm Prodigy to divine punishment on legs. Every punch after that looked like it came with a side order of karma. Mebukai's smirk melted faster than ice cream in Bangkok's heat. Like a true samurai, the Japanese phenom bathed the Thai fighter in blood and forced him into a shameful surrender. Inoue's next target was his own countryman, Yuki Sano. Ever since the start of the fight, Inoue stalked his opponent like a lion and landed missiles straight through Yuki's face. He got rocked like a human punching bag, but decided to continue fighting. Round after round, Yuki endured the punishment of a lifetime. But in round 10, his face had been altered beyond recognition, so the referee had no choice but to step in and call it over. By 2022, Tenshin Nasukawa was sitting on top of the kickboxing world like a young god, undefeated, untouchable, and seemingly bored with mortal competition. His final test? The mighty Takaru Segawa. Japan's pride, a 3-division K1 champion, and a man whose confidence was bigger than his highlight reel. From the opening bell, Takeru was dripping arrogance, smirking, taunting, throwing up gestures like he was performing at a concert instead of stepping into a war. But Tenshin wasn't there to dance. He was there to deliver divine punishment. With the speed of a lightning bolt and the precision of a surgeon, Nasukawa began to dismantle the cocky champion piece by piece. But when Takeru realized skill wasn't enough, he reached for the dirty playbook, anything to tilt the scale. All these dirty moves infuriated the Prodigy. Tenshin Nasukawa beat his opponent like a helpless child and then secured a clear victory, punishing the scumbag for his despicable behavior. Warlito Penas thought he could mock the monster and live to tell the tale, but little did this cocky fool know that he was going to take a nosedive straight into the canvas. Penas underestimated Naoya Inoue as soon as the fight started. But Inoue refused to lose his cool and started breaking down his opponent. Inoue's power started catching up in the second round, and the arrogant fool fell on the ropes. It taught the fool not to mess with the power of the monster. Francesco strutted into the ring like he'd just main charactered his own highlight reel, bouncing around, grinning, dripping with the kind of confidence only someone who hasn't met reality yet can have. But the moment the bell rang, Tenshin Nasukawa decided to introduce him to it personally. In less time than it takes to blink twice, Tenshin sliced through the theatrics with surgical precision. Francesco was still trying to set up his fancy footwork when a flash of Japanese lightning found his chin. It was over before the popcorn cooled. Another overconfident showboat turned into a still-life portrait, courtesy of the Prodigy from Japan. From the opening bell, Inoue treated Jerson Mancio like expired milk. Rounds 1 and 2 were basically Inoue walking Mancio backward around the ring, checking what shots worked best.
さあ満州はどういう形です。あるいは何か完成されたそんな井上の姿が。満州は立ち上がれるか。
Rounds 3 and 4 were Inoue doing target practice. Every punch landed clean, sharp, and angry, like the gloves personally disliked Mancio.
という
By round 5, Inoue decided he'd seen enough.
によっては次世界とそんなこともこれから戦いは中盤へと入ってきます。と史上6戦目で日本人が世界王者を獲得。これは
He unloaded a flurry that looked less like boxing and more like a software update, forcing a shutdown.
前に出た。さらに井上尚弥が出る。ストップの右で世界に向けこのラウンドさあナショナルが試合を止めました。新チャンピオン井上。
Adrian Hernandez was the reigning WBC champion when Inoue went up against him. Hernandez was confident that he would be going home with his belt. But the reality was quite different. Inoue launched on his opponent like he was a birthday cake and dismantled him with vicious body shots.
井上の圧力すごいですね。そうですね。ちょっと警戒心は川島さんもこれチャンピオンです。左打ちです。おっと角度を変えての敵だったわけです。第1ラウンドからこのコンビネーションの多彩さを見せます。右を打ち下ろしていきます。そして左からそれを上回る6戦目の左だ。そして右の
Inoue made the champion look like it was his first day in boxing school.
ワンツースリーさらにはさまざまなこうやって振ってくるとこのカウンター非常に鉄鋼を捉えています。これの方が右から左接近戦は相手のです。中間距離でも遠い位置からでもそれをさせてないわけです。相手の左もかわして今度は左のダブルけれどもこれ村田さんかけられないんでしょうね。チャンプを達成します井上尚弥。ボディから出血です。おそらくこれは有効なの出血でしょう。
In the later rounds, both fighters traded blows with each other, like they were depositing change in their bank accounts.
今のディフェンスは村田さんどう見ますか。井上の完璧に全部ブロックしてますよ。一発も避難してませんね。さあしかしこのラウンドチャンピオンは追い詰められるシステム。一旦それまでのジャッジが公表されますがそのコールを聞くまでもなくここはチャンピオンの右のストレート。しかしこの後井上尚弥も出てくる。ノックアウトです。ガードをつけたマッチョ右のストレート。ガードのどうでしょう。
だからチャンピオンですから初め勝負かけた
相手のチャンピオンはここまで32戦29勝。これも後ろには下がります。今ちょっとアウトセットに一瞬左にもらいました。この試合初めて井上尚弥が少し被弾気味になっている。ちょっとした時に気が緩むところがあるという話をしていましたがしかしここは右の足を使って左を出してきます。そしてワンツーだ。汗が弾け飛ぶ。
But Inoue's power proved too much for Hernandez, and he dropped out of the fight.
左を差します井上尚弥。深追いはせずにワン右のフックダメだ。やりました。
Yusaku Nakamura walked into the ring like he was about to teach Tenshin Nasukawa a lesson. He strutted around, flashing confidence like a man who'd already written the victory tweet. The speed difference was ridiculous. Tenshin moved like he'd stolen time itself, while Nakamura swung like he was buffering in slow motion. Every strike from Nasukawa cracked through the air like thunder. Then came the end. A savage combination so clean, it could have been used in a dental commercial. Nakamura hit the canvas, bloodied and broken, his overconfidence leaking out faster than his fighting spirit. This was Naoya Inoue, at 21 years old, already holding a world title like he borrowed it early and refused to give it back. Across from him was Samartlek Kokietgim, a tough Thai veteran, who showed up hoping experience would somehow slow down a human cheat code.
เสียวไส้แล้วเสียวหน้าคอยสกัดดูแล้วยากมากเลยนะครับไม่รู้จะสู้
Inoue wasn't rushing. He was breaking Samartlek down piece by piece, mixing headshots, body shots, and constant pressure like he was testing how much punishment one man could legally absorb.
โดนหน้าผมว่าพอทนไหวแต่โดนโอ้ยนี่แหละครับจะหมดยกใกล้หมดยกแล้วบล็อกไว้ก่อนโอ้ยโต้โดนอีกทีนึงเอาแรกไปเลยครับวัดไปเลย
Samartlek deserves credit. He stayed upright, kept swinging, and refused to quit. But toughness only buys you time, not mercy.
โอ้ยคราวนี้เอาบ้างโอ้ตัดลำตัวแม่จุกแล้วนะครับโอ้โหอย่าช็อตนะอย่าช็อตนะโอ้ยนี่ครับระวังยังไงขวาด้วยยังไงเราก็เป็นรองมาตลอดแล้วนะครับเป็นรองมาตลอดโอ้ยนี่โอ้ยอย่างตัวนี่แหละครับโดนย้ำเข้าไปครับกรรมการหยุดเลยครับกรรมการยุติเลยครับ
By May 2017, Naoya Inoue's WBO super flyweight reign had stopped being competitive and started feeling like a public service announcement. This was his 5th title defense, and Ricardo Rodriguez walked into Ariake Coliseum as the mandatory challenger, which in Inoue's world basically meant scheduled obstacle. At just 1:08 of round 3, Inoue unleashed a clean combination capped by a brutal left hook. Rodriguez went down immediately. Tenshin Nasukawa and Naoya Inoue are two of the greatest fighters of our time, with some of the most beautiful techniques in the game. Drop a like and subscribe if you are really enjoying our content.